And there's my sunflower seeds. These ones are roasted, so there is a little bit of oil in them, so I'm not a fan of that, but that's the one that my daughter wanted. Usually we get just the regular sunflower seeds that are raw, and that's available at Walmart, which is super easy and a lot cheaper. But today I'm using these ones, and I'm just going to mix everything through. So for the dressing, I'm going to use tahini, and I'm going to just do everything in a mason jar. And then I have some Dijon mustard, any kind of Dijon mustard will do. And either maple syrup, I have agave because I have that in bulk that I'm trying to get through. So I'm going to use agave, but maple syrup works excellent. And I actually, because the salad was so big, I ate it the next day and I used maple syrup to make the dressing, just to add a little bit of an extra drizzle on top. I do prefer it with the maple, but again, you use whatever you have available to you, and I'm trying to use up everything that's in my pantry. So I'm adding a few spices, like just a multi-herb spice that I showed you guys. I'm adding in, if I had garlic powder, definitely I would put that in, but I don't have it. Onion powder works really nice in here as well if you want to add a little bit of that. I add black pepper. And then to get things moving, because the tahini is quite thick, I always put some hot water. This looks pretty boiling, but it wasn't super boiling. It was just really hot. And then that way at least you can get the dressing going and mix everything up. Then you just have to try it, because you have to see if you need a little bit more mustard, if you need a little bit more of the maple syrup or the agave, and kind of customize it from there. I added some more seasonings because I felt like I needed a little bit more. So I went ahead and added more of that multi-seasoning that there's like herbs and spices in it. And then what else did I put? Oh, more black pepper as well. So as far as salt goes, I just put a pinch of salt in, but you can put it in or you can leave it out. It's up to you if you want to add it in, but I always put just a little pinch, and I use sea salt. And I kind of like to mix it up in the mason jar because it just makes it easy, you know, just to mix it up. And yeah, so I would say I put in 2 tablespoons of the tahini. And then the water, I'm not sure. I just kind of drizzle a little bit at a time and mix it. And then I put 1 teaspoon of the Dijon, but I did go ahead and add another half teaspoon because I felt like I needed a little bit more. And then the maple, I usually go with 1 teaspoon, and then I mix everything up and just see if I need more. I find that the agave is not as sweet as the maple, so I do always need a little bit extra agave. So I can go ahead and customize that as I try it and mix everything up. I like making homemade dressings like this because you can really, you know, decide on what you're putting in. It can be oil free, which is really important because they all have loads and loads of oil. So the tahini is going to be quite fatty, yes, but at least it's made of sesame seeds. It's actual real food, and it's not just a refined oil. So if I'm going to have anything that's higher in fat, I'm always going to opt for like the avocado or, you know, the tahini that's just the seeds, or I even blend the sesame seeds myself. So you just have to decide on how much fat you want to add into your salad dressing, but this is how I'm making it. Because I want to make this a higher protein meal, I'm going ahead and I'm adding, I think about 1.5 cups or almost 2 cups of edamame is what I put in. And that's just for my plate. So yeah, I would say 1.5 cups. And I just eyeball everything, but I wanted to have it in my bowl just to make sure that I'm getting enough protein in, because that is something that I'm of concern right now at this period of my life. So I'm going to go ahead and add that salad in and give it a nice mix. And it already has the dressing that I've mixed in, but I always like to have some extra dressing on the side because as it sits, blend up anything. I usually like to blend maybe half of the mixture and then pour it back in, but I'm really liking this chunky consistency, so I'm just leaving it just as is. But if you want it creamier, then go ahead and blend up half of it. And then these are the seasonings I'm using: just black pepper, my dry oregano, a mixed herb seasoning that I found, and then I'm also going to add a pinch of sea salt and paprika, and those are my staples. If I had garlic powder, I'd also add that in, but I don't have it at the moment. So if you have garlic powder, or you want to dice up and saute some garlic, that'll add a lot of extra flavor and it'll be really, really nice. And then I just have brown rice that's in the fridge that's extra. And that's how I'm going to bulk up this meal so that it's really satisfying and it's going to keep me full for a long time. So if you have leftover potatoes, this will work as well. But this is a great way of adding more nutrition in your soup and bulking it up so that you will actually be full for a long time in between your meals. I'm also adding in a little bit of bouillon just because I want to pump up that flavor in my soup, and sometimes I leave it out, but there are times that I like that extra flavor, so I'm going ahead and adding a little bit of that in. Just be careful because sometimes they do have oil, and this one happens to be oil free, just in case you want to save on some calories. This is a major thing. They do carry a lot of calories per tablespoon in a normal bouillon. So yeah, that is that. And then I'm just throwing in my rinsed black beans. I cooked up my tomatoes for like 10 minutes, got them at a nice rapid boil, and then there goes the beans for another 5 minutes just to soften, and everything is pretty much done. This soup is so easy to put together. It is so quick and easy if you are in a pinch and you don't know what to make. As long as you have these staple ingredients in your pantry, you're going to be able to pull together a really healthy and nutritious meal for dinner. I like to add in my brown rice right into my bowl, and then I'm going to ladle in that soup, and it's just going to mix up perfectly and be nice and delicious. And again, it's going to keep me full for a long time because I'm adding in that brown rice. If I don't add the rice, I tend to get a little bit hungry sooner. So this is a way of me bulking up my meal and keeping it still very healthy and nutritious. And that way I can get, a few hours before I need to eat again without, snacking and stuff like that, because we want to make sure we're eating enough calories and that we're bulking enough at our meals so that we are not binging on snacks. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the recipes. Thanks so much for being here this week. I'm really trying to find that balance between the warm, hearty meals and the raw and high energy foods. So I hope that you like both of these recipes and you try to incorporate them into your lifestyle, whichever way is easier for you, with whatever veggies you happen to have on hand, whatever is easy and convenient for you. Because again, it's very customizable. So thanks again for being here. Health, joy, and positive vibes to each and every one of you, and I will see you soon.